Devin, played by Dave from 2001, lives in an agrarian society. The residents believe the world is 50 miles across, and there is nothing beyond the edge of their dome. Devin wants to marry Rachel, but their god, a computer that looks like a 70s electronic game and uses microcassettes, wants Rachel to marry Garth to keep bloodlines pure. Devin escapes the dome and learns that the world he knew is just one of many that are part of a massive generation starship. Devin goes back to his dome, tries to spread the word about the real world outside their sealed dome, and how their leader, General Ripper, is programming the all-powerful computer with his own words. He has hijacked their god and uses it to rule. Devin is arrested, and he's going to be stoned to death, with his beloved Rachel chosen to cast the first stone. Damn, these Amish are hardcore. Devin, Rachel, and Garth escape the dome, and we see some really awful blue screen effects. Soon they find the wreck of the Ark's bridge. There they learn the truth. Earth was doomed, so Earth's ship Ark was built, with each dome preserving a different society. The Ark was sent out from Earth to find a new home for mankind, but just as Earth was hit with some kind of catastrophe happened to the Ark, which caused the domes to be sealed off from each other. The disaster caused the Ark to head on a collision course with a star. Now the trio set off to find the backup bridge, somewhere on the ship, to try to change the Ark's course and save the last right away, which leads to episode 2. As soon as they leave the bridge, they're attacked by a ragged group that lives in the public spaces, people who might have degenerated. The savage crowd looks like a fire drill. Devin and Rachel find the medical center, where a Dr. Aaron is awakened. They just will let this one guy up, gives him a little information, not much, and then the episode ends. Why didn't they just wake up a dozen people? I don't know. One of the group of savages asked, "Where is that, eh?" They're in the Quebec Dome. But damn, Garth isn't a fifth wheel, he's a sixth or seventh wheel. Episode 3 is from a story by Ursula Le Guin. That's a good get for a cheap sci-fi show. Omicron is a society of only dudes. How do they reproduce? In popcorn machines which don't manufacture XX chromosomes. The men are all happy without women, and the explanation ends there. Why would they do that? Why would they just decide, we don't need women? The trio shows up. When they see Rachel, the men drop to their knees. She is the goddess Calabra, who they've all been waiting for to come back from the outer world. Barry Morse, from Space 1999, is some kind of a priest who believes that she is Calabra. John Colicos, who was the first Klingon and also that Baltar guy from Battlestar Galactica, he's the leader, and he doesn't believe any of that mythology bunk. I'm starting to see a trend in this series. He wants to marry Rachel and take his place as the god to her goddess. Barry Morse plays a handmaid, and he thinks Rachel really is the goddess Calabra. The show recycles a lot of TV sci-fi tropes, but it held my interest. It has a softer side that it was probably forced into by the low budget. The best scene of the first 3 episodes is John Colicos and Barry Morse's confrontation about Baltar trying to hold on to power. The StarLost isn't another Firefly, a fine series cut short, but it has its moments. And with more money and more episodes, it could have developed beyond the thin screenplays and shoddy visuals. The episode endings aren't effects, battles. They didn't have the money for that. It's about cooperation between different people who are all human. The lead actors are wooden at best, but it has its moments. In the second episode, when the doctor who's been taken out of cryo-freeze decides to stay up and die, he consults with the computer and learns that his wife, who died hundreds of years ago, has left him a message in case this situation happens. I'm glad I watched these episodes for that one scene. And it's not Shakespeare. It's just a cheap little sci-fi show, but it was a moment I'm glad I saw. If you're interested in the subject matter, give the StarLost a peek. It ain't great. Harlan Ellison disowned it. It's considered one of the worst TV shows made. If I didn't find something good to like about it, I wouldn't be talking about it. Thanks for stopping by, and don't be afraid to look at something everyone else tells you is awful, like Alien 3.